This week on Garageland, we're talking to Stephen Carroll from the Weakerthans outside of Sonic Boom Records in Toronto. Formed in Winnipeg in 1997, the Weakerthans have become one of the most enduring and critically acclaimed independent Canadian bands of the last 2 decades, releasing 4 amazing full-length records and appearing on the cover of Exclaim magazine about 1 million times. They recently released their first ever live album and concert film, live at the Burton Cummings Theatre, shot in their hometown last year and featuring some incredible original artwork by bassist Greg Smith. Is there an extra element of pressure performing live when you know that it's being committed forever to tape and 5.1 audio and DVD?
It certainly was weird for a long time, but we taped a lot of shows on that tour and kind of got used to having the cameraman being closer than you and I are right now on stage. Closer, and really close. And it was a little nerve-wracking for a while, but eventually we just kind of shrugged it off, and it was just part of the show.
So in that way, you weren't totally freaked out, I guess, when it came to do this?
And the guys that we were working with were eventually, they were kind of like embedded journalists with us on the tour, and by the time it came to the Winnipeg show, which we filmed in its entirety, and we had like full-on real cameras and paid really close attention to what we were doing that night. Everything was sort of in motion, and those guys were just part of the crew, part of the team, and we understood their personalities and everything, so it was not nerve-wracking at all. For me, it was fine. I was used to it. Maybe John was still nervous about it, but I always had the guy like close-ups on my fingers and stuff. I was like, oh, my nails are clean.
Your mom would have been like really bummed if you had dirty nails in this DVD, I guess, eh?
Because it's HD. If there was anything that was scary about it was the HD.
Yeah. That is intimidating, eh?
Oh yeah, it's not pleasant. Yeah. You're making, like, it's film. It's like, you plan it out as best as you can, but you just go with it. And it's like, the cameras were scrambling because we went on like 2 minutes early, and everybody, they were all like, they weren't rolling, so only one camera was rolling when we actually went on stage. And it's like, Caleb, don't we have other footage, like another show? He's like, no, everybody scrambled. You guys went on 2 minutes early. They were all still changing their batteries and doing their tests.
Yeah. I feel bad for those guys. That must have been the worst moment of their lives.
Yeah, they're like, we're gonna get hell for this, and they did. Yeah.
They're waiting for an answer I can't give you, so tell me why can't I go right up to what I want to say?
The artwork for this record, all done by Greg. Did you guys know going into it that that was how you were going to want the visual side of it to come out, or?
It kind of came about through a natural process. Greg was on the tour sketching and doing these drawings, and eventually we kind of talked about him doing the artwork just as we were going on this tour, and then and he showed us some of the work from that he was sort of drawing up for around the Winnipeg show, and we were like, well, that's it, that's perfect, let's do it. And now we're here actually today. Today is his art opening with the art that he did on the tour, so we got about 14 paintings that he did across the tour. And we couldn't be more pleased, and really stoked for him. It's his first art show, and the stuff's really good.
That's amazing. Would it have been really awkward if he showed you his drawings and you guys were like, these suck, we can never use these?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah, do you mind, what do you feel about Photoshop? That's the great thing about the internet right now. Instant feedback.
Yeah, exactly. Terrifyingly instant feedback, kind of.
By the way, I just got your record, downloaded it before it was released, and I'm telling you now it sucks.
I'm letting you know weeks before, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. It's like seeing into the future. The internet's kind of like a crystal ball.
It really is.
Into the brains of dicks.